how do I politely say this in the best diplomatic way so that sheeple and the rest of you will get it in time? Remember the, oh, don't you like my nails? Come on, listen to me. Forget the visuals. Those can be explained later in interviews over time if we have that much time left. And frankly, Scarlett, I could give a flying fuck if they ever figure that part out. To those who question sanity and the lack thereof. To those who think I don't know what I'm doing or talking about. Go finger it. Boy from Michigan, there's more ironies that are coincidences to you that are no coincidences to me from whom to. Born in JC, mythical how many years I was born, 69, 59, 49, depends on who you talk to and which project and which division of government, global and interstellar intelligence. That it gets really tweaked beyond the Twilight Zone, and that's no freaking joke. If you Google my name with any of the following, you might be mortified to see that everything I've said so far is fucking spot on the truth. Kurt Kelly, POTUS, Kurt Kelly, Intel breach, Kurt Kelly, hacking, Kurt Kelly, peace, Kurt Kelly, God, FBI, pick your God, pick your nose, pick your ass, LAPD, snitches, bitches, witches, criminals with badges. Any hashtags I've referenced will drill you down to stuff fucking quick. The reason I'm using that word that offends so many people globally is to get your attention, sheeple. The end is nearer than you could be queer. If you don't like the phraseology, adapt it to your own dumb ass. It's time the UN and the people who think they're in charge of all this shit on planet Earth wake up, Chuck, because they don't want you here. Who is they? Do we have to go back to grade school again? Sheeple, who needs sheeple? Whether you like me or not, I don't care. You're creeples. When it's your turn in the basket, are you going to turn around and say to the Creator, "You're God, you're Master," or whatever demons you serve? Well, I didn't realize the message was really directly from you, or I didn't realize. Oh, give me. What if God was one of us? I mean, Grateful Dead. I mean, Walking Dead. Zombies, lions, and tigers and bears. Get over yourself. Forget the image of how I may appear to you in any form throughout any time, or what you think I should look like or not look like. And I have one hand, and I'm a girl, and I'm a tranny, and I'm a chick with a dick, and I'm none of those, and I'm not even this. This is the vessel, the blessing of the curse, the Holy Grail, angels and demons, and others. Through time, rest within, the soul known as, in this incarnation. Little Joe, the golden boy. But I have been called more things than the second coming of Christ, Jesus uncrossed. Lauren, I love you and need your help. I can go down a list of geniuses who are architects of examples and messages throughout time. By the way, Paul Harvey and Mort Krim, and the list will continue to flow on and on, positive, negative, or otherwise, as the universe, as the karma, as the Akashic records, and others through the winds of times and the dust of sands will be revealed. The voodoo you do cannot undo what has already been done, and what I wrote in all the codes. Love, understanding, compassion. However, you were given that free will concept, and free will run riot is the worst sin of all. When you make someone else your bitch or slave, and you are their God, their captor, their dictator, their hater with too many causes, conflicts of interests. True justice will be served when justice is not the liars trying to get you off. What an oxymoron. Liars getting you off. Cheaters wear wife beaters. Ooh, am I hitting a little too close to home for some of you children? It's time you wake up and smell the frickin' toxins in your coffee, in your food, in your air, in your ass. COVID is no frickin' accident of nature. It is a concoction of black ops go fuck you chemicals and weapons of mass destruction. And it's time everybody got told the truth. And it's time, it's not to cure for just the chosen few. Oh, I got AIDS, but my daddy's gonna take care of me, and watch magic and I survive while the rest of you get fucked off. Sound familiar? Reagan? Bush? Isn't it funny through time's names shortened, like, this became that, because in the old days you'd have the main name, the surname, the dog name, and now in today's time it's been shortened, so wouldn't it have been funny if they had the real name of the origin of the real roots of that tree that they call Anheuser-Busch, because it would have been Ambush Anheuser. It doesn't do well for alcohol and guns, runners, and smugglers, murderers, lovers, and thieves, because you got to be upright citizens. So we shorten it, just make it Anheuser-Busch, and then the Bush even leads to C and becomes SH. Because we ambush, and you gotta be as far away from an ambush when you're in a bush as you can. Or does that push you even deeper in the bush? You have to understand, declassify the Kennedy files to Kurt Kelly. And much more. Why don't we talk about that someday when you're wanting to sit out and face the truth between now and the end of your anus? Because time is ticking away. You've had too much current on your hands. I know what you're doing through the back door. I see it like you're a little whore. I mean, that bonehead move you made in Hollywood where you came up to a famous club and you knew I was up in the spider room maybe with some young debutantes in Hollywood. I was not their chaperone. It was not my party. And it was completely fucking inappropriate for you to show up and tell security that you were my private guest and that the FBI wanted to come up to a private party that would have sent me beyond the fucking Hiltons and frickin' Disney. Lindsay, bitch. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And didn't it burn your balls all the way back to the White House when you couldn't get the intel up there at my consent because the order before you got there was stay the fuck away, and when you got downstairs and security radioed up and pulled me on the side and said that, my response was, tell him to stay the fuck down there, not harass me. In fact, get out of there and I'll contact him when I leave. And who was the first person when I came down the VIP entrance when I told you not to be there with anybody, including the paparazzi? And who got pissed off when I wouldn't get into your bureau car and ride with you so you could fuck with me further? I told you to go fuck yourself all the way back to DC. And who gave me that thing about write this letter with the Bushes will pay if you shut the fuck up about 911 and what the consequences will be if it's breached? Shall I continue? Well, we could also go to the Obama administration and the stand-down orders that Kurt was given about not only 911, but the Russian intel hack. Or the many times he's been told by Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, the White House, Joint Chiefs of Staff, or anyone else to shut the fuck up about anything. How am I doing so far, boys and girls? Am I doing am I in compliance as a forced federal contractor and consultant, never accepting a frickin' dime for any of the humanitarian issues you've driven my ass into, whether I wanted them or not? Issues have tissues. I'm not looking for tears because I have no fears. You're dealing with a motherfucking Wolverine from the Black Mountains of the Black Rivers and Black Lake, Purewater, Michigan. And one thing I learned growing up, in the nature's creeks, rivers, valleys, mountains, in Nome, Michigan, right at the tip of the mitt. That's why I say go figure. I'm right from tip of the mid, just to the right side of the Mackinac Bridge, east of it, southeast of it actually. Not a freezing nipple, but you know what I'm saying. But I crossed that bridge many times for many years, including when I was working by Weeds by the Bridge. Because I was clear as a child out of the womb, when I say womb to tomb, that I knew a purpose and that I would not follow the ancient history of the Illuminati family lines and others that I was so DNA connected to for reasons beyond most comprehension. That the incarnation of moi as now is the capitulation of some total of essences and experiences that I've encountered just in this observance of Extinction 7 alone over the past 2 centuries, and maybe footnote a lot of others. Does it really matter? Do you really know what time it is? Do you really know what day it is? Do you know what hour it is? Do you know what degree you're in of separation from anyone? Do you know how real I am about everything I say? At some point, it's on you. Because if I've sent you messages that you've received from me in any way, shape, or form, and you go, shit, what if it's real? You were warned. So how are you going to deal with it at the end of time if I go, but the message was sent through this medium, this vessel that I selected to personally gift you with the epiphanies of what is, what was, and what shall be, the totality of mortality as defined in the essence of the Creator. Call me your press secretary. Don't shoot the spokesman. I'm just trying to stay up. Script, it's orders, You don't want to be in non-compliance with the head in charge. But see, my head in charge is not your head in charge. And when you try to make your head in charge of me, you're trying to play my God, my Creator, and none of you on this planet are. Because my mommy and my daddy passed out a long time ago, children. And my grandpappies did too, and most of my relatives divorced me because I got too honest. The one thing that scares the shit out of most of you on this planet, that you will be faced with a naked truth that others might see over time, who you really are. So you can remind yourself, put on this fantasy of the air of what you are, whether they like it or not, Muffy, who gives a flying fandango. Guess what, childrens? There are certain people you can fool all the time, but then there are those of us who are never your fool. Eyes are on you. And if that makes you paranoid, delusional, schizophrenic, or some other jackass, so be it. That's your free will. Mine is that you learn from the example I live every day on this planet in immortal form. I clearly send you messages. I lead and walk and talk and share and give and love by example. And if I ain't doing all of that, even when I'm broken, dazed and confused and beaten down, like nobody's been bruised, I still get up, rise from the dead. Sometimes it takes more than 3 days, but that's only in my head. This is but an eyelash in time, and I walk through the pain because I know I have an eternity to heal. I have generations to save. Operation Green Light is in full effect. Hey, guess what? It's green. Oh yeah, you see, I have green on, and it's season 2, my ass. Season 2? Oh yeah. Season 2. Yeah, we're in season... How do we get to season 2? Oh, it's the wrong... Yeah, right. Well, it's not my show. It's their show. Besides, my show is a whole minute show about unity and looking out, and observation, enforcements, always has been. Earthly rules don't make the creator's rules the same. They're not even parallel. In some concepts, your concepts, how your people translated it. And if I haven't been clear on deciphering encryption, and high-level information, that gets lost in the moment, it's even more fucked up over time, and it becomes utter bullshit with most people. Organized crime, organized religion, organized disinformation is propaganda for abuse, lynchment. Who the hell knows what else you devious books have in mind, but I'm just saying, ain't my game, backstabbers. You guys know that shit. Now deal with it for your love of money, bitches.